know, don't we, that Meghan Markle likes to manipulate any particular situation. I mean, it goes without saying. We've seen her grab the microphone, make a big scene-stealing moment, say, on stage in Colombia, where she just happened to move the fan in the direction, because only women could do this, you know, women taking control. But of course, all eyes on Meghan, you know, it's very, very clear exactly how she wants to lay the groundwork down. Behind the scenes, it's all very well, you know, people talking about what a player she was on the cast of Suits. She wasn't a high player, so consequently, when you're on the low grade of a big TV show like that, and you consider that you break, you are incredibly kind to people at that point. It's only when, of course, she started dating Prince Harry did they see the real diva come out on the set with her own security, car, etc. They truly knew what had landed then. But what's fascinating is exactly how Meghan manipulates people from behind the scenes, and they're too dumb enough not to realise it. As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time. And by the way, thank you for getting behind the video of course, Sir Keir Starmer, our current British Prime Minister, and of course His Majesty the King, and the battle for the portrait inside number 10, whichever way you look at it, terrible situation. But of course, this is what happens when you let people in that don't respect our British values and history. And I never understand that. Whatever country you're in, I'm always fascinated to look at your history and think, oh right, did they do that? Did they do, you know, all that sort of stuff. It doesn't matter whether they're good or bad, it's history and it's there. And you look at it and go, right, okay, I understand. And then whether they turn out to be a bad person doesn't mean that you're bad for looking into their story. You're just interested in the country, aren't you? Hopefully, and you know, I say this, hopefully that won't be the case for the removal of that particular portrait. It'll cause uproar, let me tell you. If you haven't checked it out, as ever, all free online for you. Just go back a day or two, something like that. You'll see them all there. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. Now, again, you know, this is an interesting story in itself, simply because when you think about it with Meghan Markle, if you remember, she kicked off an absolute storm when her co-star from the cable TV show Suits, Patrick J. Adams, dared to reminisce and put this collection of pictures up online, and then they were quickly swooped up, of course, by the media. Now, these were candid snaps of Meghan taken on set, but very much posing, even though she claims they were very private pictures. She knew that she was being photographed, and she knew, of course, at some point that they could find their way into the public domain, as everybody does who takes those pictures. Now, you see, Patrick apparently was just reminiscing about the good times on the show, clearly because this is his biggest break and not much else has come through. But he got fired down by Meghan, her legal team, the full works, so much so he had to put out a public apology, begging, scraping for forgiveness. Recently, you may have seen the fact that he's been saying Meghan has reached out to the show and wants to help in any way she can. As I pointed out, she could have said, hey Patrick, I'm free on Wednesday, shall we record the podcast then? She didn't, right? What she did like, though, was this. That's right, this picture. And you see, the reason why she hasn't attacked him in print or forced him to take it down is that miraculously this picture suddenly came to him from somewhere, right? To the team, you understand? So the other side of the coin is, as long as you're doing what she wants, Diva Duchess, then allegedly that's fine. But of course, if you dare to put something out that she doesn't necessarily agree with, or indeed without the sanction of her full approval, no doubt with the words, a little bit like that we saw with the jams, you know, the Montecito jams that never went anywhere, then of course you got told you had to say it was lovely, delicious, breakfast, all that sort of stuff. Don't do that and you're shot down. Patrick, for now, is a good boy and no doubt had a pat on the head, and no doubt will be receiving some more exclusive pictures that he can share just around about the pivotal time that our wonderful monarchy over here are doing such sterling work. Either way, good to clear up, right? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.